tell me that you love me. You tell me that you love me. You tell me that you love me. You tell me that you love me.
Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. So this is, I'm your favorite Mindminx, and this is the Mindminx Show, and I lost all my cards that tell me exactly what I'm supposed to say, when I'm supposed to say it, so I'm a little scatterbrained today. But today, well, I'm going to say your name, but promo boy, if you want to come on the show, send me a direct message. But we're here with Pat Frequenza, who is a barber extraordinaire, I have a very personal relationship with you because when I moved back to town, and I needed a barber for my boys who were at that time still pretty young, I was very intimidated to go to any kind of barber. So when I came to you, you made me feel so freaking comfortable. I didn't feel like, and I wasn't a single mom. I was already married to my husband, but, still I was taking, he at the time, he's a New York boy, so he had his barber that he was still going into the city for.
Yeah.
And saw how well you did with the boys that he started coming to you. Now he's the one that still comes to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
How many years ago was that already?
It's got to be about 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
7 years.
Yeah.
That's craziness to me.
Yeah, it was great.
But you have grown. So we were with you, and I didn't realize this. So all right, let's get into the history before, because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bounce around like especially today. So you went to Parisian Beauty Academy, which is a Paul Mitchell school.
Yeah. So when I graduated high school, I went straight from high school into hair school. That was always something that I wanted to do. My parents always wanted me to go to college and live the American dream like everybody does, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. I'm a hands-on type of guy. I don't do good with bookwork. I never did. So I always wanted to work with my hands, and because I had alopecia at such a young age, it was always something for me that I had to prove to everybody, because everybody always said, oh, because you're bald, you can't cut hair. How are you going to do hair? And it's just so stereotypical that it's like, I had to prove a point to make it that I wanted to be. I just didn't want to cut hair. I wanted to be the best at cutting hair.
And I think you've proven that when you gave me your bio, when I asked for your bio, and then I started reading off all of the awards that you've won. I was like, holy crap, but one. All right, so I don't want to jump the gun. So let's, give props to all the awards. So you said you won first place for, now you're going to get technical lingo. So it was like, beard and.
So I'm just not a regular barber. I like to compete. I like to showcase my work. I like to travel. So it was always something that was in the cards for me, traveling and meeting different people and showcasing and showing my work. So I've been doing these competitions for years now. And the first competition I remember was in New York. And when I first got there, I couldn't even hold my scissors or my clipper because I was so nervous that everybody was around, because there's hundreds, thousands of people that are watching you. And I totally messed up. Aww. So I didn't even place. But, it was that kind of showed me, the ropes, and, I kind of got my jitters out and how nervous I was in the beginning. So finally, I just kept trying, and I had my mind set that I wanted to do it. And I just kept doing it. And, I finally got there, and one came, and I won first place. And then I won first place the next show, and it just kept going. And it was just.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was great.
It's an artistry too, because what you're doing is not just cutting hair. You're also doing it's like a fade competition.
Fade styles, beards. I know I was talking to you about being on Team USA. That's a whole different atmosphere of what you would normally see inside the barbershop. So I really had to step my game up and train with the right people. And I was going up to Connecticut every single week on a Monday to go train with Andrea Teresi. He's a really good close friend of mine. He's been in the barber industry for probably 60 plus years. So he was my coach, and brought me on, and the rest was history.
That's so freaking cool.
Yeah,
all right,
great.
So let's talk about this. So when he said Team USA, so there's a hair Olympics, if anybody doesn't know. I didn't know. And you were on Team USA, so you competed to represent our country.
Yeah. So there's 8 of us. There's a couple guys from Connecticut, Chicago, me from Jersey, California, Georgia. And we all get together, and everybody has their own individual, part of the team. And they do like almost like the hair wigs, but then you have to cut it and style it to make it look real. There's classic fades. There's avant-garde, which is all that crazy stuff that you see with people with their hair all over the place.
Okay.
So there's all different categories, but for me, because I do men's hair mostly, I was in the classic fade and low fade. So that's what I did, and just worked really hard at it. And every year we go out to either Paris or all different types of places
Wow.
in the world. So like this past year, because of COVID, we were supposed to be out in Japan, but unfortunately it got pushed back. So in 2022 we'll be back in Paris. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun.
That's so freaking cool, though.
It's gonna be great.
How many people can say that? There's
Not
only
many.
8 of
Only 8 of us.
you.
That's it.
That's so freaking cool.
Yeah. So
And so I saw the picture that you gave me for the promo, and that trophy is bigger than everybody that was in that picture.
So when I got there, that was in California. That was the International Barber Competition. So there was people from all over the place. And when I got there, I saw my buddy Joe, that is the MC for the whole event. And he came up to me and kind of sized me up with the trophy and was like, maybe you'll be taking this home. And I was like, definitely taking that home. Like, I got my mind set for it. I came here. And I was the only barber from the East Coast that traveled out there. So everybody else was either from the West Coast. There was people from Japan there,
Wow.
Midwest. So when I finally got it, I competed. Everybody was like stunned because they never saw Jersey barbers cut out there, because not a lot of people do it. So when I went out there, I got it. I finally won first place, and then the whole thing was taking it home. So I couldn't
How did you get it?
take this. I couldn't take this trophy home. So I was either going to ship it, but I wanted the trophy with me, So
Oh.
I actually had to break down the whole trophy, put it in my suitcase, fly it back.
And then put it
And
back
then when I
together?
got here, I tried to put it back together, but I couldn't put it back together. So my father winded up staying up till like 4:30 in the morning trying to put this trophy together because he knew on Tuesday I was going to be back at work. And he was so happy and so proud. It was actually his birthday that day.
Aw.
So, that was for him. And when I finally won it, he put it up. And Tuesday morning when I walked in, I didn't think it was going to be up. And there it was, just standing in my shop. So it was great.
How cool. Is it still in the shop now?
Still there.
I have to come in. It's been
Still
forever
there.
since I've been
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
And you've moved. So okay, so this was a great question that I asked you, because 9 times out of 10 when you're a stylist, you don't open up shop right off the bat. But that's what you did, right? Or did you work?
I worked for a couple different shops here
Okay.
and there. I was doing women's hair for a little while. So I was working at a salon for a year. And the way they had their setup was a barbershop on one side, salon on the other side. So I was going back and forth
Okay.
in between, but it was just getting too hectic because I'd have a client at 9, then a color at 9:30, then another client at 9:45. So I was just running around like a crazy person. So I decided to open up my own shop, and I started off with a small shop. You remember how it was, just 3 chairs, me and 2 other guys. And then we just blew up. I mean, it was really great. I had a lot of support from the town, the police, the firemen, everybody in town was great. And being that I went to school right there too, a lot of the kids that I went to school with were coming in. And then I had the opportunity to move next door, which was a little bit bigger, that I could add, more chairs and more space. And then I was actually supposed to go on a Euro trip with all my buddies. So we were supposed to go to all these crazy places. And then my dad said to me, well, the place next door is empty. It's either you keep going with your business,
Right.
or you go
Or you
with your
go on
friends.
vacation, yeah.
What do you want to do? And I had to make a choice. I was 21 years old at the time, and I chose my barbershop,
Well-
because that's going to be there for the rest of my life.
And congratulations.
And
What
thank you.
21-year-old would be able to make that mature decision?
Yeah. Oh, I was 20 when I opened it, so I really had to mature pretty quick.
Wow.
Because I had a business, and
That's amazing.
a lot of my friends were still going out partying, and so was I. But I really had to buckle down. When I was going out, I was making sure I was home by 11:30 midnight when we were going out at 10. So I'd be out there with my friends for an hour. But I care about my business, so I had to make sure that I was there for my clients.
I love that.
You know?
And you really were. Like, I'm telling everybody who's listening, this was the most comfortable place I've ever felt. Like, you said it yourself. Like, this is not that typical barber that,
Yeah, we try to do it different, because at any given time, a woman could walk in, and you have to be respectful to women, and kids. So when they're coming in, you have to make sure that it's a good place where it's comfortable for everybody, because there's going to be guys that are talking about women, and then you don't want that. So you want people to come inside and feel comfortable,
And you did. That was 100% it. I'm sorry. Listen, I have self-diagnosed ADHD, so when they start talking to each other, I
All the time, by the way, it's all the time.
No, he can't have the mic because then I can't see my guest, and the mic is in the way. I'm not trying to be that diva, but I want to see my guest.
It's all good.
Besides, you're from New York. You're loud enough. Everybody can hear you without a mic. right, so my kids loved going to your barber shop, and actually my oldest just moved back to Jersey.
Yeah, he just came in like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
so it was good to see him,
and
and
he
see
needed
he's
it
doing
desperately.
good. Oh yeah,
he
did.
needed it desperately. Dude, I don't know what he was thinking when he let somebody dye his, not even dye it, bleach his hair.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
He's 20.
Hey, they're kids; they go through it.
Right, but see, that's. Tell me, you were 20 not that long ago. Now you see my son, who's also 20. Like the difference.
I know.
It's like, whoa.
They grow up so fast. I mean, even with me with my alopecia, I did the clinical trial in New York, and I eventually got all my hair back, and everybody thought I was nuts because I went to go put designs in my hair. I dyed my hair blonde because I didn't know how long I was going to have it for, so that was
Aw.
always something that I wanted to do. So
Uh-huh.
I had blonde stripe in my hair. I had designs on both sides. I had a mohawk mullet type thing. It was like, I went through my stage.
Well, let's talk about that because that's actually what prompted me to ask you to come on.
Yeah.
So I was diagnosed just a couple years ago with a very rare autoimmune disease, and it manifests in a couple of different ways. Alopecia is one of them. But, and I remember this was an interesting story for me for listening to you because you have alopecia.
Yeah.
And for everyone who doesn't know, alopecia is where you literally lose all of your hair, all of your body. And that is what kind of, started your love and your passion for
sure.
hair. And so talk to me, how did this, did it just happen? Did you know that it,
I was in kindergarten, and we always used to take naps during class. So when we would take naps, I always had this like bald spot in the back of my neck, and it would always like move from side to side. I'd have 2 or 3, then I'd have 4 or 5, then I'd have none, and then finally I found out I had alopecia. So my parents, were taking me to doctors, and thank God for my parents because they took me to over like 250 doctors in like 6 different states. I was going all over the place. I was going to New York, I was going to Maryland, I was going to Connecticut, Pennsylvania,
Wow.
Jersey, all over the place. And I was always getting these cortisone shots in my head that I was trying to get my hair to grow back, and it was helping out for a little while. And then the alopecia just kind of took over, and it went to my whole entire body. So this was over years because, like I said, I had it in kindergarten. And finally, one day, my cousin winded up getting like a little patch. So she went to this doctor, and she's like, "Oh, this doctor really helped me out. You should go see him." So I was like, "All right, whatever. Like, I'll give it a shot. Like, I could care less about my hair. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change me as a person." So I went to the doctor, and he was like, "Oh, well, we could get you help. We could have somebody talk to you." And I was like, "That's not what I'm here for. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm comfortable. Like, I'm good." So he said that to go to New York, and Mount Sinai Hospital was looking for patients to test out a new clinical trial that they were doing. So the number 5 in my family is real big. So it was on the 5th of the month. It was on the 5th floor. It was on 95th. So like everything like kind of just added up. So I felt like I had to do it.
Okay.
And when I went there, they put me into the clinical trial. They were looking for a male that was fully bald in their 20s, and I fit the description.
All the boxes were ticked.
Yeah, so I kind of felt like it was for me, and I was doing it, and I started growing like patches back because I was completely bald at the time. And then one day my doctor told me to come in that the trial was over, and he said that he had good news and bad news.
Oh boy.
So I was like, all right. I was like, hit me with both of them. So he's like, well, the good news is you got some of your hair back. He's like, the bad news is you were on placebo.
Ooh.
So they did two-thirds of the trial was on placebo, and then 1/3 got the real medication.
Oh wow.
So I had placebo the first time, and I had a pretty good effect of my hair coming back. So then they were doing another clinical trial, so I felt like I had to keep doing it.
Okay.
So I did it, and then eventually all my hair completely came back. My eyebrows came back. I had facial hair. I had body hair.
Really?
Everything was working. And then, if you wanted the medication still, because once the clinical trial was over, the medication stopped.
Okay.
So it was very expensive. It was almost like $50,000 a
Wow.
month.
A month.
Yeah, if you wanted it. And to me, I could care less. I told my mom,
Yeah,
I said,
that's
I'll just
not
keep what I have, and if it falls out, it falls out.
Right.
And then finally it fell out, and that's what happened. That's how I ended up getting all my hair back, and but it was something that I always wanted to do. If I just wanted my hair back one more time, because I
Yeah.
felt like I had to conquer it.
And you had to
And I
try
did,
it.
so,
You know,
yeah.
exactly.
I'm
I
good
get
now,
that,
Yeah. So I don't mind being bald. I actually like it. So the
Well,
guys
it's
in the
part of
shop
your
give me
look.
shaves and stuff. Yeah, it's great.
It's part of your
I
look.
love it.
But is it go into remission? Like, is it something like you said? Sometimes your hair will grow back.
So my hair does grow a little bit. It grows in patches, but I just tend to keep it bald. It's just cleaner look for me.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe one day it'll grow back. Maybe one day it'll all fall out again. Nobody really knows where it's gonna go, but it is what it is.
And that's an autoimmune that a lot of people don't understand, because it's just like, why is our body doing this?
I'm kind of happy that I do have alopecia, if I could have anything, because it really only affects my hair. It doesn't affect the rest of my body, But when I was actually on the first one, I was at the shop, and it was maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, and the doctor called me and was like, you need to come to the emergency room immediately.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I'm working right now. I kind of can't. He's like, well, your liver enzymes are supposed to be anywhere between 30 and 90. Mine were at 3,700. So pretty much I was supposed to be in liver failure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I had to go, and they had to stop the medication, and they had to do all this blood work and all this other types of stuff. Oh my gosh. But it was still something that I felt like I had to conquer. So even knowing that, I still went on with it. And, thank God everything's good now. I get checked every once in a while for my liver. But everything's good.
So what happened with your liver? Now I want to know.
Now it's good. I don't drink a lot, I swear. So, it was just something that it could have been an effect that the medication had on my body, that I was taking too much of it. And something like that happened. That was the only one in the trial that had it. And all my buddies always bust my chops about it. They're like, you come up with these crazy things. Like, everything always happens to you.
Well, if you're going to do something, do it big.
For sure. It is what it is. I'm cool with it, so.
All right, so that's really cool. So everybody, please remember, we are live here on Instagram, as well as, and I don't have my card. Sorry. Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and of course mixvibesradio.com. If anyone wants to call in, you can call it 718-616-9971. That I know by heart now, thank goodness. So all right, what else do we want to talk about? So let's talk about where you've traveled to compete, because this is really cool. So I wrote it down. I wasn't gonna write all your awards because it said first place for this, first place for that. I was like, holy crap. I didn't know that I was going, well, first of all, that I found locally in a small town, our little Triborough small area.
Yep.
Such a great barber that is amazing at what you do. So you've gone to Cali, Philly, Chicago, and of course New York City, and obviously traveled around the world. Like, how do you find out? How does one, is this, this is Barber News Daily that they post
So they have Instagram pages and Facebook pages, and just staying in contact with people and meeting new people. People are always hitting you up saying, hey, there's a competition in Cali, you coming out? Oh, there's a competition in Texas, you coming? And I try to, but it's tough with the shop because I'm really busy. I'm booked out 2-3 weeks in advance, so it's kind of tough to get out there. So I try to travel as much as I can, and still be able to give haircuts to all my people and still travel and have some fun on the side.
Hey, etc. We see you live, joining us on our live. We are here with Pat Frequenza of Exclusive Cuts, which is, by the way, the first time I said the name of your shop. I can't believe it took me that long. But yes, your shop is called Exclusive Cuts.
Yep.
You are located in Woodland Park, New Jersey. Very, very near to anybody who is in the tri-state area and wants to get a good barber shop. And where can they book with you?
So you could call. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me, because you got to call the shop though. I never answer my cell phone. And then I have an app called Booksy.
Okay.
So if you go on the Booksy app, you could see my whole entire schedule with me or any of my guys. You could always book haircuts, shaves, shape-ups, designs, whatever you need. We do everything.
So what's the newest trends going on in men's haircut? Because my husband does the same thing every time.
It's so hard because a lot of people still think it's the comb over, but it's really not.
It's not the comb over.
The mullet is coming back.
It is, really?
The mullet is coming back.
The 80s are coming back.
They're doing a big, trendier mohawk kind of style mullet thing, fade on the side, keeping the top long. So that's the new thing.
Oh my gosh. And how many guys do you have working for you now?
So right now it's just me and two guys, Dan and Wesley. So they're both great. Wesley's been in the barber industry for a long time. Dan was doing women's hair for a long time and now decided to come over and do men's hair. So
you gotta stop telling me this, because I'm struggling with my hair today. It's easy if you say you're just a barber, you only do men's hair, but as soon as you talk about women, I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, so anybody got any questions? Anybody? Anybody? You guys always have something to say.
You told us to be quiet.
No, I didn't say you had to be
You
quiet.
see, I got my mic. She ain't taking my microphone. My microphone don't get in the way.
Usually they're like going back and forth, and I can't. You know, you're killing me. You're killing me
I'm not
today.
saying nothing. I didn't
Why
say
can't you say anything?
Look,
Oh, you DJ'd
I did a long time ago.
a long time ago.
I was like 15 years old right after I got into the hair industry. So I was DJing on the weekends, working at the salon, working at the barbershop. On the weekends, I'd leave work early to go DJ weddings and all different types of events, birthday parties and whatever.
I'm not surprised by that. I feel like that is such like an easy segue for me to think like, oh, you was a DJ and a barber. Like I get that. Like
A lot of-
he wants to go to barber
supposed to
school.
be going to barber school.
You should.
Yeah, I am.
And then come work for me.
There you go.
All right. So what else are we gonna talk about? So we talked about new hair trends. Okay. Everybody's so quiet. Give me your cards. What's that one say?
Just shuffle 'em.
Oh, I gotta shuffle them. All right, we're gonna do this. I've never done this before.
Let's do it.
We're gonna play a game.
I'm
We're gonna
ready.
Play a game for the first time. It's called Pod Decks Interview. So right off the bat, oh, this is a good one. If you were, why can't I talk? I'm telling you, it's a shit show today.
See?
Oh, I'm never
do you want
going out.
candy?
I'm never going out on a Saturday
That's
again.
it, right?
I can't do this.
Where did you guys go? Because man,
Absalom.
We
We
went
were
to
at
Absalom.
Absalom, and we lose time there.
you went to
we
the salon.
No,
the
Absalom.
Absalom.
The
What's
the
that
hookah.
The hookah.
Oh, okay,
The
gotcha.
hookah
Check.
studio. All right, so if there was a movie made of your life, who'd play you?
Oof.
That's a good one.
That is
It's a good
one.
question. I mean, it's got to be somebody good looking because I'm good looking. But funny guy, I'd probably go with.
Ryan Reynolds.
Could do that.
I like that. He looks like he could
We
pull
could
it
do
off.
that. Definitely.
I can see that.
All right, here you pick the next one.
Me?
Pick, yeah. Like,
It's a setup.
this.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Ooh, here's a good one. Which living person do you most despise? It's okay if it's no one.
I don't really think I despise anybody.
I like that answer. There's
Just
too
like-
much.
I try to
There's
get
too
along
much
with everybody.
negative
Just like
energy in the
certain
world
things
to
that certain
worry
people
about.
do.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
What it is.
All right, you pick. Take your
Picking
hands out of the
candy.
take your hand out of the candy jar and pick a card. Damn it! I asked it.
You done messed up now.
What will people look back at us 50 years from now and be shocked and appalled by? Oh, that's easy. Well, it depends on what political party you believe in. So we're gonna leave that one alone. All right. What book belongs on everyone's bookshelf? I should say it's Pat's Book of Barbering that'll be out on shelves soon, hopefully. one
Hopefully
day.
soon. Hopefully soon. We're working on a couple things, but
Oh,
we'll
you
see
got
what
some
happens.
merchandising, so we know that.
Oh,
Got
do you
the
have any merch?
Oh yeah, we got plenty of merch. Right on our website, you can find out.
What do you got? You got
Exclusive
T-shirts.
T-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, joggers, guinea tees, hats,
Start doing it for Christmas for certain people.
everything.
Oh,
Christmas,
okay.
we do exclusive cuts, Christmas sweaters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute is that? You know what okay, he never gambles. Ever, ever, ever. The only time he's like, Pat's doing a raffle. I have to do it. I was like, so go do it.
Oh yeah, with the PlayStation.
He
Yeah.
almost won the PlayStation. It was
Yeah.
very close.
That was close.
He was the next guy up.
So you
Sounds good,
do you
though.
do that often? Because I love that.
I try to do a lot. I mean, whatever I could do to give back. I mean, we're all about giving back and trying to help out everybody. So, you know, we do a lot of things for the town. You know, PlayStation raffles. I know a lot of people couldn't get their hands on them. So I actually winded up spending $1,500 to buy one, and then raffled it off. And hopefully, you know, I gave it to. I picked some kid won it. He was like 20-something years old that wanted it, and he got it for like $30. He bought one ticket, and he happened to win.
Wow.
So it was good.
And it worked out for you, like money. I'm sorry, I'm like.
I mean, for me, I didn't make
I'm
any
the
money
money-
on
oh,
it.
you
I'm
didn't,
not.
yeah.
I'm not big on it. You know what I
Did
mean?
it at
If
least
I-
pay the?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Sorry,
I was
I'm the
worried
money
about.
person. I'm the numbers girl.
No, it's
so
all good.
it's always like-
I just wanted to make
How
sure my
cool is
my
that?
costs were covered, and then after that, I could care less. I didn't really want to make anything on it. I'm just trying to help somebody out. You know.
So
was fun,
you
though.
guys, what? What?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
This is what happens when I'm surrounded by guys.
Usually.
All right. You're such a
That
dick.
kid, no.
You're such a dick. We'll share so we can all laugh.
Somebody just sent me some shit. I was just. It's horrible.
I've seen that before. I've seen that before.
Like, what the fuck?
Ah.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. That poor dog. It's missing some teeth, so it's like the tongue
But his
falls out
eyes
the
are
side.
like.
Oh yeah, like he's Oh, what's coming up next for you? What's going on now that we're out of?
We are looking to open up a second barbershop.
Okay.
Shut the front door.
Yeah,
Good for
so
you.
Trying to keep it on the DL. We got a couple of locations.
Well, you realize you just said it on.
Yeah, that's all right. It's gonna get out there eventually, but we're trying to, expand and, hopefully in the long run, open up a barber school. And
Really?
yeah, try to just give back, because when I first got into the industry, there were no barbers. Nobody really taught you how to cut hair, So I mean, I learned from a lot of people, and taught myself just watching videos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Really?
So I'm a very hands-on type of guy. So if I watch you do something, I can replicate it just as good as you.
Okay.
So that's what I did, and I just
I
kept
love
working
that.
at it, and
Oh
here
my
we
God, I cannot wait for that's amazing. I absolutely
Yeah,
love
so-
that news. So what locations are you looking at, and which one are you still going to be at? Because
I'm still going to be at
in Woodland Park.
Park.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so-
can't leave. I got too many people there, so
okay.
that would be one sad town if I left. So I gotta
sad towns.
I gotta stay there, and I'll have other guys, managing other shops, and stop in here and there, and check out. But
How cool! I'm
I'll
so
still be in Woodland
excited
Park.
for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Can we talk? So I'm trying to avoid the subject, but I want to talk about it.
Let's
so
talk about
you
it.
said you're an open book.
Open book.
You're a celebrity stylist, technically.
Am I?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why? Because one of your clients is part of the Real Housewives.
Yeah, Richie, he's a good guy. He comes in, cut his hair, beard, great guy.
I was telling Vic, I was like, I messaged him, could I meet him? I'm like, technically, I want to meet his wife, but
Yeah, I mean, I've cut a couple Giants guys and other guys that play sports for different teams, but it's tough because the area that I'm in, when I was working in East Rutherford, we were a lot closer to Giant Stadium, so a lot of the players would come in. You get to meet them, so it was cool,
that's awesome.
really cool.
Well, I know some rappers, so that maybe, and he was watching. So if you need a barber, I know a good one. All right, so what else? What else do we want to talk about? Oh, what's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job I've ever had by far was ShopRite.
Little Falls
The
shop,
shop.
right?
Little Falls ShopRite. If anybody knows about Little Falls ShopRite,
Yeah.
Little Falls ShopRite is a disaster. That was the worst
Disaster.
job I ever had.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's
So I have a complaint about Little Falls shop, right? It's just a recent one. Okay, no, I'm not going to say complaint. It's just a critique. So they had their coupon for yogurt. I'm going to sound like such a Karen right now. It's okay. So if you buy 12, you get a $4 coupon. So you're getting 12 for $8 instead of 12 for 12. Now, I did it online for pickup because we just didn't have time this week to go into the store, which you understand is mayhem.
Oh,
There's-
definitely.
Can't find parking. It's always packed inside. Kudos to them because they hopefully are making bank. But so I did it online, and the kid who did it only found 6 of the flavors. So that's all I got in my order. But because I didn't have 12, I didn't get the coupon, so I got 6 for 6. So I'm like, why didn't somebody call me and say, hey, listen, your order calls for 12, obviously because you want the coupon. I don't have all the flavors, but you don't want any substitutions. What do you want me to do? Nobody called me.
The place is a disaster.
It is.
On the ad, and like, all right, for anybody who's going to say, well, maybe he doesn't know all the coupons. If he's looking at the online, it says right there in my cart, yogurt, coupon, view coupon clipped. Why didn't he do that?
100% agree with you.
Okay, so I'm not being a total Karen.
Nope.
Just a little Karen.
A little bit.
A little-
Not a lot.
All right, so if you could be guaranteed one thing in life besides money, what would it be?
My health.
Your health? Ooh, that's a good
That is a
one.
good one.
All right. If you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you teach?
Cutting hair.
Cutting hair, but specifically barbering.
Barbering.
I love that. Okay. But you already have a talent. This one sucks. What talent would you most like to have? Besides
Other
your
than
current.
cutting hair?
Other than your current talent.
Singing.
Singing. Let's hear it.
Oh, no. You
Just
ain't
sing happy birthday. Just sing.
My singing skills are zero, but I wish I could sing.
I think we all wish we could sing. But I'm the sad one that actually thinks she can sing, even though I
Especially
really
when you're in the
can't.
shower.
Just sing in the shower. That's it.
That's what I sing. The best acoustics are in a bathroom.
That's right.
That's it.
If you had someone following you around all the time, what would you have them do?
Oh, you got that kid watching.
Very easy. Answer my phone.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, I never answer my phone. It's just crazy. I
I
get
was always busy.
emails. I'd actually let him delete my emails because I have way too many
Oh
emails
my
because I never
God,
check
yeah.
them.
I had like 20,000 at one point.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 40,000.
Wow.
It's insane. And it's all junk too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one, especially in our area. Everybody has a sandwich named after them. If there was a sandwich named after you, what would be on it?
What would be on it?
Yeah.
Oof.
What kind of bread?
I would do semolina bread
Obviously,
with
yes.
probably mortadella, fresh mutts, hot peppers, balsamic. I'm good.
No protein?
No. Nothing.
It's just needing grilled chicken, and that'd be the perfect sandwich to me.
There you go.
What do you value most in your friends?
Loyalty.
That's a big one. And can I tell you something? I feel like, well, you're Italian, right?
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
I was brought up Italian, so my stepdad was Italian. But since I was little, like I was 2 or 3 years old and legally adopted, so I was raised Italian, and that's the most important. And it kills me how little of it we see these days.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up and the biggest thing was loyalty, respect, be honest.
Yeah.
That's it. If you do that, you don't have to worry about
There's
anything
no-
in life. It's
there's
just
no
so simple, so
loyalty, yeah.
easy. Yeah,
There's no loyalty with people anymore.
Nope.
I feel like
none.
that's it.
They're all
I
for
love that
themselves.
answer. Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
I probably curse a little too much, but
Cursing is not frowned upon here, so we're good. We can curse.
I don't really know.
No?
I'd have to ask some of my friends. They would tell me,
Well-
or my
well-
clients.
You have a friend here.
Vic, what do you think?
What does he say a lot?
Does he say fuck that a lot?
A lot.
He does.
A lot.
He does. He does. He does.
Aw.
He also has Marcus as his human encyclopedia.
Oh yeah.
Every time we get
What's
in the
your
car.
opinion of Marcus?
Marcus is the best. We love him in the shop. He's honestly just so funny. He comes up with, and some of the stuff that he comes up with, I'm like, Marcus, where'd you learn this? And he's like, YouTube or Google or
This,
wherever,
that,
video
yeah.
game. I'm like, oh my God.
He's
so
sometimes
funny.
watching. Did he comment? Is anybody
Does,
comment?
does he ever say oh shit? 'Cause
Probably.
if- 'cause if a-
Marcus or me?
No, him.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
if a barber says oh shit, you're
You don't.
fucked.
Never use the word oh shit. All right. So what is something you like that most people don't?
Say it one more time.
What is something that you like that most people don't? Like I love the smell of sea breeze. Like the toner sea breeze, not like the actual sea breeze.
Something that I like that most people don't. Tough question.
Food, some type of food, maybe.
Like a smell.
Honestly, I'd probably say the spray for my clippers because I love it and a lot of people.
See, I'm the same way. I
They
love
don't
the
like
way
it.
sea breeze, like the
Yeah.
toner, the old school 80s sea breeze
Oh, yeah.
toner. People think that smells disgusting. I love that smell. I spray
I
it
don't like
just
that
so-
either.
Really? I
No.
love the way that smells. Oh no, I don't want to do that one. That's not gonna. If you were to die and come back as a person or thing, what do you think it would be? Like, what's your next life?
I hope it
premonition?
will be a bird.
A bird?
Yeah. Birds could travel anywhere in the
Yeah,
world
they
anytime
fly.
they want,
Right,
so
yeah.
you flying, be
And
great.
And you can shit on people.
You're so stupid. See, this is what I'm missing. This is what they usually do.
Want to be a bird.
That's it.
All right, we already did this, but do you feel like you bragged enough about your accomplishments? Because I think you should brag more. Because that's what it's saying. Brag to me about the best things going on in the past. 30
I don't really like to brag.
doesn't-
I'm
yeah, he doesn't.
I'm very humble about
He
it. You know what I
definitely
mean? I worked very hard, and I just try to teach more people and try to get them to do the same thing.
Well, then I'm
because
going to brag for you.
I know how it felt being up there holding the first place trophy, so I wish more people would do it.
Well, I'm going to brag for you then. You're an amazing person. And like
Thank
I
you.
said, just the fact that I was able to feel comfortable. And I'm like I said, I said it to you. I was like, here, I'm in my element, so I can talk about whatever, whenever.
Yep.
But like in real life, I'm a little bit more shy. So it's hard for me to just be like,
For sure.
even though I know I'm comfortable in your shop, I'm a little shy to go in.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are. You could tell just by the way somebody walks up to the door. The people that are real comfortable come right in. They just start talking right off the bat. Then the people that are real shy, they kind of walk in. They just kind of migrate to the side and just wait for somebody to talk to them, But I try to make everybody feel comfortable. I want it to be like, we're a big family, You're coming in there every week. Your husband's coming in every 2 weeks. You got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be, we're almost like friends. We're not even, like I always say, I don't have clients. I have friends.
Nice.
You know what I mean? They're coming in, we're talking. How's the family? How's this? How's that? So.
Do you have it like where? Because I remember my boys would say that they would walk all the way from our house to the shop, even if they didn't, just to hang out. Like, is
Yeah,
that-
I mean,
Pat
they
and
still
Sophie, yeah.
they still come in. Back in the day, I used to have the Xbox inside, so we used to have a lot more kids.
Oh, okay.
But it was a little too crazy. I felt like a little daycare at some
Aw.
points. But they still come in. They say what's up, whether they come
Show
inside
up a
or they're
little
just
bit, yeah.
knocking on the window, just waving. So, and they do that to even my barbers too. We're just like one big happy family there. It's great.
I love it.
So.
I love that. I do and even Dan started following me
Yeah.
and I loved how everybody was reposting our promo for you. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
so
mean,
cool.
everybody tries to help everybody out. We're not just because I have trophies in the shop. That doesn't make me better than anybody else. That just means that I went to go showcase my work, and I was the best barber in that place at that time. So.
I love that. I love your humbleness because it shows what your true character.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I try not to be cocky about it. Like I said, it doesn't make me better than you. That just means that at that time I went there, you didn't. If you would have went there, you might have beat me.
Right.
So it doesn't make me better than anybody else.
You're humble. I love it. And they weren't disappointed in you, so we won't ask that. What kind of questions are these, Mike? Dear Lord. What the fuck?
Well, hey.
If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone, which ones would you keep?
Booksy,
Booksy.
I need that.
You need
That's
that.
like my life.
That's definitely.
Phone calls, text messages.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know if I could delete.
I could do
Instagram.
without the whole social media thing. If I never went on it again, I'd be cool. My clients are still gonna call me and book, so I'm good.
I know, but I love social media and being able to interact that way.
I could do without it.
See, here's the thing. For me, like if I'm looking for something new, like a new salon or a restaurant, I need to see that social media presence so that I can get a good idea of like what. If I see nothing, there's no social media presence, I'm a little unnerved. It makes me nervous.
I hear you on that.
It does. Do you agree?
Yeah. What? Me and Vic are keeping you porn in our fucking phones.
You're so stupid.
We don't want to get in trouble.
Why are you gonna get in trouble? I just said he couldn't have the mic. That's all I said. I want to see Pat's face. Because this is what it would be. I'd be like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Vic a mic under the desk here.
Do you see what little children they are? They're being like this because I said no mic. If you can instantly become one. All right, so besides barbering, because you are an expert, if you could instantly become one, what would you want to be an expert in? Singing again? Oh, I want to be an expert in billiards.
I would say carpentry work.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's what my father did, so he's a master at it.
Nice.
Man, you did some new things too with the barbershop.
Yeah,
That's
you
good.
know, my father did all the work
Yeah,
for
he
me,
did
so
good, yeah.
he really helped me out.
Oh,
He-
really?
Yeah, he built my
Yeah.
whole
I
entire
have a whole
place.
basement that needs to be finished.
Call my father, he'll come. He'll hook
Actually,
you
you
up.
know, I think I did have a conversation with you about that
I
once.
think
Yeah.
you did, yes. Yes, I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
We definitely have to.
I'm about to. So, Chris, do you remember Christian?
Of course.
He's gonna be a dad.
I know, I heard. Vic was telling me.
He's making me a grandma. A glamour. I've decided it's a glamour though.
Glamour.
So we have to finish the basement because I think I've convinced them to take the trek out this way because I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to let my grandchild stay in Idaho.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one because you're very, you give back a lot. So if you have you have 100,000, however you got it, you have to donate it or create a charity. Which would you do?
I would donate it.
You would donate it, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
want to create your own.
No, I would donate it.
Okay. So do
Because
you
I
already
would kind of pick who I would want to give it to for what reasons, and that's who I would give it to.
Okay. So would you? All right. So then let's go. So would you? Is there a charity out there for your autoimmune? Would you donate it to that for further research?
I never really looked if there was one, but I probably wouldn't. I would rather donate it in a different way towards alopecia
Okay.
to try to help out and get
With
it around.
research like
yeah.
those clinical trials that you
For
were
sure.
part of. That's
Definitely.
cool. Okay. So let's see. What's your favorite gadget?
Oh man, I have a ton. That's what I'm like known for. I have gadgets all over the barbershop. I'd probably say I have this little like cabinet in the barbershop, and there's this little gray button that nobody knows that it's there.
Okay.
It's the light. You just click it, and you can hold it, and it kind of dims up and down. That's my favorite one.
Oh. Oh man, I have to get
They
in
know
there.
you guys open now. They're probably fucking with your button right now.
See, it's on my side. I don't know if they know about it.
What's the favorite? Yeah. Okay. What's the favorite thing you've bought this year?
Probably shoes. I'm
Yeah?
a shoe guy.
You're a shoe guy.
I buy shoes all the time.
Like shoes or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Sneakers. Like, what's your
Sneakers or
favorite?
dress shoes.
Okay.
Either or.
What's your favorite sneaker?
I'd probably go with Yeezys.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think men's sneakers are so ugly.
Really?
Yes. I'm sorry. I think they're so. Thank God I'm not a guy.
No, we got a lot of good sneakers. You just gotta find them.
Yeah.
Find the right ones.
That's right.
What are you gonna? You're gonna write something. Make sure it's big enough so I can read it. You know I'm
No,
blind.
no, no.
Okay, I thought you were gonna write
Playing
something.
tic-tac-toe
Oh, are you
with
another
myself.
fucking? Wow. Wow. You
that
can
okay?
you can do whatever it is your little heart desires. Wow. All because I said don't have a mic.
Coming at you today.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And they know
Both
I've had
of
a always. But you get to see the interaction and. But then he'll write something and he knows I can't see it. All right, next question. What technology do you wish existed?
It's 2021. I think we have everything. I mean, but every year something different comes out. So
Yeah, I wish that ShopRite had the technology in 2021 to. I messed up my train of thought.
He said a time. He said a time machine.
Who
There
said
you
it?
go.
Who?
I'm reading Vic's mind.
That's it.
Oh, he said a time machine?
Yeah,
Oh, so that we could go back and I wouldn't say that no, you couldn't have a mic, and then maybe
Right,
participate
exactly.
more in the
There
conversation.
you go. That's it.
Oh my
How'd you know?
gosh. I wish Upright would be able to get the orders
Get the orders right.
What's one bad habit you're trying to get rid of?
I'm trying to condense my hours at the barbershop because I can't say no to anybody. So anytime anybody calls, I'm always there. So I'm always coming in early, staying late. So my hours always started from 10 in the morning till late at night. Now I'm going in at like 8 in the morning and staying till like 10 at night.
Oh wow.
So that's what I'm trying to condense because I also have a life outside of the barbershop.
Yeah.
So just trying to stay healthy, maintain, my hours, and that's what I'm trying to fix.
I agree with you. So that actually happened to me last night. So we're driving into the studio this morning. He's like, I tapped you like 5 times. Why don't we go and leave? And I was like, he's like, well, you can't just say we got to go. And I was like, no, I don't have that capability.
Yeah, I can't say no to people.
Well, next time I know we'll be like,
You know what it is,
we
too?
gotta go.
I love what I do, so I feel like I'm not working.
Right.
Even though I'm there,
Yeah.
but
that
then
is true.
once I'm done, then my body feels
You're
it, that I'm like,
exhausted.
I'm
Especially when
exhausted.
you're at a certain point.
Then I like can't even drive home at nighttime because I'm so tired.
That's how I feel too.
But I love it. So,
See why I want to do why I want to cut hair?
Why do you want to cut hair?
I never met a broke barber.
I never met a.
Broke barber.
Right? Like if you're a broke barber, something's fucked up.
Well, I'll tell you this: there's a lot of broke barbers because you always have, a lot of businesses are cash. I don't do cash only, but a lot of people have the money in their pocket and
Oh, spend it right
they
there.
just spend
yeah.
it right there. Because when you go out, if you have a normal job, your money's in your bank account. If you don't have the money on you, you're not going to buy it. Barbers are just,
Yeah.
that's the difference.
One other thing, I'm going to take over the interview.
Go
real
ahead. Go
quick
ahead.
now.
You got it.
How did you hold up during the pandemic?
So the pandemic was one of the hardest things that I probably had to go through in my whole entire life. Reason why is because my father, he's an old school Italian guy. They probably have their communion money still saved. But he told me, always save for rainy days. And I did. But he never told me to save for rainy months. Because nobody ever thought that this was going to happen. So we got shut down on March 17th, which was St. Patty's Day. And we didn't really have an end date. So we didn't know how long we were going to be closed for. So for 3 months, we winded up going back June 23rd. But I can't sit still. So I was actually working with a pool guy, building gunite concrete pools. And, it was a tough job. But that's what I had to do to get through it, because my rent still had to get paid. I still had bills coming in that still had to get paid. My landlord wasn't, like, oh, you don't have to pay the rent. I still had to pay. So I had to figure some stuff out and just get through it like that. It was really tough.
You weren't cutting hair on the side.
So it's actually funny that you say that, but
Because
I
tell
did for
you-
a week. And then what happened was I was still living with my parents at the time, and my neighbor winded up getting COVID, and unfortunately she passed a week later.
Oh
And
no.
she was the same age as my parents, so my mom was like, "You're done." And then that's when I went to go work with the pool guy. So I was only cutting for like a week,
Oh.
and then the rest of it, I had to cancel all my appointments, and
That's so scary.
I didn't know when I was going to open back up. So it is what it is,
I think the craziest shit I seen during the pandemic was we had a barber. I know a barber that was cutting hair in your car.
In your car.
He would come and he'd literally be in
You
your
you
car?
would pull up. No, you would pull up in your car.
Uh-huh.
He would tell you, make sure you have a trash bag. You're sitting on a trash bag, and he would sit in the back seat, cut your hair, give me my money, and see ya.
Wow.
During the pandemic,
How
he
does
was charging
those look?
$60 a cut.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
was
I
killing it.
I heard some crazy numbers. People were
He
charging
was
like 100,
killing it.
150, $200 a cut.
But I don't blame them. There's a risk that you're taking.
Absolutely. I mean, for the week that I was cutting, like, I would, if I had 20 clients that day, I would only tell 10 to come. You know what I mean? And then kind of move people around because I wanted to be safe. I was still living with my parents at the time. They're a little older. I was still Cloroxing the seat, bleach,
Yeah, doing
the bleach wipes and all that
See,
stuff.
he just said
wearing your mask.
that seat. So he's one of those car barbers.
No, not the barber seat.
It's like, remove your seatbelt. Okay, I'm just a rearview mirror. Keep a lookout. Like,
Stupid. You're so stupid. All right. So does anybody else have any questions? Do you have anything? What's new besides, you're opening up and
Nothing much.
that's it?
Same
That's
stuff.
good?
I'm
All right.
always at work, so.
All right,
trying
so
to
if
stay busy.
anybody wants to make an appointment, you can find Pat at Exclusive Cuts on Booksy
Yep.
and their website, and of course call the barber shop.
Instagram too. You can follow me on Instagram.
Yep.
My link's in my bio. You click right on there. Book with any of us anytime.
That's so cool. Thank you so much for coming
No
in
problem.
and taking
Appreciate
the
you
ride
having
out
me.
here. So that's all the time that we have for today. It's a new week, so go own it, and don't forget to mind your favorite minx and join us next time. Thank you.
Thank you.